consensus as far as that is concerned, my lord, and we will then seek guidance from this court as far as that aspect is concerned.
Can you elaborate? In what sense was consensus not reached?
Yeah, maybe I should allow Advocate Tifo to, because we had a brief discussion about that this morning, and Advocate Tifo indicated that his instructions have now changed, my lord.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Lordship.
Morning.
Your Lordship, we don't want to delay the court. With due respect, I request the court to allow my counsel to address on certain issues that transpired yesterday.
Yes.
Because, my lord, we have realized yesterday that counsel for accused number 5, after the state presented 2 letters, she did deal with the letters. She read the letters on record, and she was happy with the letters. And my counsel was not allowed to deal with those issues of the letters. The application that is pending from advocate of number 5 and my counsel, they might be dealing at a certain point with the letters, but we were instructed to reply on the letters yesterday, but we could not. Therefore, I humbly request the court to allow my counsel to deal with those issues and also the new instructions that came up, my lord. As a court, this is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please, the court, Your Lordship. My response, Your Lordship, is in relation to the allegation that I was the only one who had the 375 dockets, and whereby it was allegedly given to me on the 23rd of March 2022 at the office of Advocate Waloi. I can confirm that it's true. On the 23rd of March 2022, I was at the office of Advocate Waloi for the matters of the pre-trial conference. And we were with Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi, one of the investigating officer of 375 01 2019. Together, we were with both of them, Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Mishak Makubu. Warrant Officer Makubu is the one who opened the case 375. And the case 375 is a state as per Warrant Officer Makubu. And amongst the offenses alleged, it's the defeating the ends of justice, accessory after the fact, conspiracy to murder. In relation to the same incident that happened at 13511 Kutano Street, Nuzama section in Phosphorus. And this will be for the first time that the court will hear this, that case 636 was also opened as per state. It was the state as per Constable Matebula of
It was also opened. I didn't hear what you said subsequently.
the 636.
Yes.
Is the docket open as per state by Constable T. Matebula of Fosloras Police Station. And amongst the offenses,
Did you say warrant officer Matebula? Warrant
Constable,
I didn't hear you well.
Constable T. Matebula. On the 26th of October 2014. And amongst the offenses alleged, or the crime committed, alleged to have committed, it's a robbery with aggravating circumstances, which resulted with a murder, and the firearm was used. Docket 636, 10/2014, Your Lordship, was opened at Botsilong Hospital. After Constable Matebula and his colleague, as they were the first officers on the scene, they were called by 10-111 that there has been a shooting happened at 13511 Kutanon Street, Mzamo section. When they arrived there, they were informed that the victim, being Senzo Robert Meyiwa, has been taken to hospital with his vehicle driven by Nontandla Kelukumalo. And the police officers, Your Lordship, on arrival at Botsilong Hospital, they were taken to the ward or the room where the body of the deceased was. And at that time, the disease was confirmed or was declared dead. That's where, Your Lordship, the police, as they are called, it was confirmed to them that the disease was died as a result of the gunshot.
Can I be clear, as you will continue, just shortly? Are you giving evidence?
I'm not giving evidence, Your Lordship. I am laying the basis in terms of these two dockets. And then I'm going to the letters. So I just want to lay the
I just
history.
needed clarity.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay. Yes. So Having said what I said in relation to these two dockets, Your Lordship, is that,
No,
as
no,
I said,
you were still telling me that they were taken to a room where the
Yes.
body of the deceased was.
that's correct. Yeah, to confirm.
Sorry if I distracted you, but that's
Okay.
where you were.
Yes, that's, yeah. They confirmed, as they were advised or told by the medical practitioner, that they see for themselves as the police to be convinced. And that's when the case was opened. So, based on the circumstances upon which the case has been opened of 636, it then became inquest.
I didn't hear you. Are you saying an inquest docket was opened, or are you saying, given the background, an inquest docket should have been opened?
I said the inquest was open. The origin of 636, it became an inquest because it was opened by the police on behalf of
Was
the
it
state.
allocated a number, an inquest number?
At the same time, it was allocated the case number, the case number.
No. You are talking of an inquest. Surely it must have an inquest number.
Normally it does, yeah. But initially, from the, let me say, Your Lordship, the history of 636, as I've been told, it has been investigated by more than 70 investigating officers.
No. You are now on another point. I will welcome that in due time. The question I have for you is whether an inquest number was allocated. Because in the final analysis, all these documents you are talking about may have to be looked at.
Yes.
Now you have mentioned an inquest number. As far as I know, an inquest number, an inquest should be, an inquest docket should be opened as per a register which allocates numbers, just like dockets.
That's correct.
When we say CAS, it means they were opening a case and they looked at the last number. When it came, they gave it the subsequent number and said CAS 363. But then now, in the inquest docket you are talking about, my question is the number allocated to it, so that when somebody needs to look into that, they will then have to look at the inquest number. They may, whoever will do it may have to even look at the inquest register related to that police station, so that the matter can be looked at deeply.
Okay. Your Lordship, point taken. However, for the purpose of progress, Your Lordship, let me not base too much at the history. For the purpose of progress, let me confine myself to the case number and the offenses stated here, which was a robbery with the aggravating circumstances and the murder whereby a firearm was used. And for purpose of this, as I said, Your Lordship, is just to give the basis. As for if we need to know anything or the reason for the existence of phosphorus CAS 375-01-2019, the relevant source of information, it will be Warrant Officer Makubo from the Hawks. And the basis of the history in terms
To
of
avoid another misconception, you are saying the source will
The
be
complainant, I mean to say complainant.
The complainant
Yeah.
will be Warrant Officer Makubu.
In 375.
Are you mentioning him because you intend to call him, or what are you saying? Because if you say the source, it doesn't mean the court will go out and call Warrant Officer Makubu.
Warrant Officer Makubu is a complainant in 375, 01-2019. And then I can remind this court back, it's on record that when I handed in Exhibit C and D, I was asked if I'm going to call Warrant Officer Makubu and Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi. I said, if need be, yes, I will. We are on record, Your Lordship, that these will be the witnesses of 1 to 4. And then 636, complainant is also as per state Constable Matebula of Phosphorus Police Station. Then I'm going to the 2 letters. But however, Your Lordship, before I go to the 2 letters, further also as a point of clarity before this honorable court and for anyone amongst the councils here, the defense and the state, and but I will be saying this under correction, lest Advocate Baloyi confirms this. At the moment, we learn to understand that case 636 is now having the different investigating officers, whereby the leading investigating officer is one Brigadier Kininda, and he's got the team of juniors that is investigating with. And warrant officer, Brigadier Kininda, in relation to 636, as a leading investigating officer, has deposed affidavits, 2 affidavits, insofar as his investigation or the findings of his investigations are concerned. And I will later ask the Honorable Court to read the affidavits of Brigadier Kininda for the record, after I would have dealt with 2 letters of the 2 letters purported to be from the DPP Johannesburg, Mr. Chauke.
My Lord, before you go to the letters, before you go to the letters,
can I check
Yes.
the proceedings yesterday? Were they interpreted to?
No, they weren't, but I do have my...
They were not?
No, because of time we didn't, my Lord.
Oh. Yeah, because I had said you can do it even before court starts.
Okay. No, I didn't get that, my Lord, I'm sorry. But
I labored under the impression that what was stated yesterday was interpreted. Advocate Mshololo did raise a concern that a lot was said without being interpreted.
Yes,
So when you came, I thought it's because you know that everything has been cleared, because interpretation doesn't necessarily have to be within the proceedings unless there is a reason why we want to do it whilst the proceedings are on. So if he hasn't as yet, I think the best is to deal with that and get it out of the way, because now something else is coming before the deliberations yesterday are interpreted to the accused.
My Lord, if I can assist the court, even yesterday, I think when we adjourned after 12, I requested the gentleman from Correctional Services for some time. They allowed me that time when something was not interpreted. So I can carry on with this, and then I can ask them again, because yesterday's was quite a lot, my Lord. I don't want to delay the court.
Advocate Mchololo, you raised the issue of interpretation.
My Lord, I think right now is the correct time that interpretation be done and during the proceedings, so that they'll be able to follow the proceedings, my Lord. It doesn't serve any purpose if it's done after the court, as the court pleases, my Lord.
There you are. There you are. I think we need to start from yesterday, because
No
it
problem.
doesn't make sense to pile something on top of something that they did not understand. I thought that has already been done. So I think we advocate, therefore we'll have to allow interpretation to happen before we add what you are coming with.
Okay. Can I sit down?
Yes.
And then can I, as you'll be interpreting, can I also be opportune moment, just within 2 minutes,
To, or you want an adjournment?
the nature? No, you can proceed. You can proceed, but I'll go and come back. My turn is here.
Okay.
Sizoqala ke kuloko ebekusho izolo ke emuva kokuthi sesibuyile ke emva kwe lunch beku advocate Tefo ebedlulisela inkulumo zakhe enkantolo mayelana nodaba ebeludingidwa ke izolo. Uthe uma eqala ke ebhekisa kuyona inkantolo wayitshela ke inkantolo ukuthi akaboni ukuthi ubulungiswa buzokwenzeka. Kwakushoko nokuthi ke uma ngaba kuqhubeka ke ngendlela bekwenzeka ngayo izolo ke lokho kuzophoqa ukuthi nanjengoba etsheliwe abamangalelwa abamele ukuthi ke ayicele ke inkantolo ukuthi ke ingabe saqhubeka uma ngabe akashongo ukuthi akwenzeke lokho. Nanjengoba futhi ke yena ke ummeli wabo umangalelwa wokuqala ukuyofica kowesine. Futhi ke esho nokuthi ke ngendlela ke abone ngayo izolo engaboni ukuthi inkantolo imnikezile inhlonipho ayifanele, ngoba bekufanele ukuthi yena ke abe nodaba aludlulisayo enkantolo ngokumayela nabamangalelwa abamele. Futhi ke etshela lenkantolo ukuthi befisa noma bekuyisifiso sakhe nanjengommeli wabamangalelwa ukuthi ke azwakalise ukuthi yena ke nabamangalelwa abamele abavumelani nesicelo senziwayo uyena ummeli kamangalelwa wesihlanu ukuthi icala lihlehliswe. Futhi ke kungasibona ke esho nokuthi ngasibona ke ubulungiswa noma ngazona ke imfuno zakhe umangalelwa noma ezobulungiswa zabamangalelwa abamele uma ngaba icala lingakwazi ukuthi lingaqhubeka, ngoba lokho kuzabe kulibazisa bona ke. Ekusho futhi nokuthi ke umangalelwa wokuqala kanye nowesibili bona ke baboshwa bengaphandle, kungafani nomangalelwa wesithathu kanye nowesine bona ke ababoshwa bephakathi eitoxin. Futhi ke ngokindlela ayitshele ngayo ke inkantolo la inkantolo ke iye inemibuzo kuyena ke ukuthi yena ke bekufanele ukuthi inkathi icala lihlehliswa ke inkathi bevela ke eBoksburg okokuqala kwakufanele ukuthi umangalelwa wokuqala nowesibili baphindile bakhishwa ke inkantolo ingabagcini ngaphakathi eitoxin. Futhi ke wanalo ke nedocument akhuluma ngalo ke elasayindwa nge-9 noma ke isinqumo esathathwa kwasayindwa nge-9 zika February 2020. Langa lelo ke yena ke athe uma ngabe ebheka ke wathola ukuthi kwakuyilanga lekakungesonto, futhi ke engabaza nokuthi ke ukhona ke umuntu ongasayinda iphepha ke lasemsebenzini ngesikhathi ebekufanele ukuthi ngaso usendlini. Esithi ke nalowo ke yena ke umama uShamila ophethe ke abeshushisi uma ngabe kuphoqeleka ke ngafanele ukuthi abizwe eze khona lana azophendula ngalo ke lelo document lelo. Futhi ke nge-27 zika October 2020 inkathi noma isikhathi sokuqala bevela ke enkantolo eBoksburg abamangalelo, kodwa ke ziwu 26 ku October 2020 inkathi ke owengamele amaphoyisa ubheka iceleke wayenemhlangano ke kanye nezintatheli la achaza khona ukuthi amaphoyisa ke sebekhona ke abantu ababoshiwe bebosheke lona icala lakhe uSenzo Meyiwa, esithi lokho kwenzeka ke kwinyanga ezishagalolunye ngaphambilini kokuthi abamangalelwa babe bayaboshwa. Meseqhubeka ke inkantolo ibese ke inikeza ke olwa inkantolo uvoke ngokuthi ke ngakho konke lokho obekushiwo noma kukhulunywa uyena uadvocate uTifo izolo ke yathi ke izolo kusasa ke yena ke uadvocate uTifo uzamile ke ngakho konke ukuthi enze ngendlela yakhe ke ukuthi le nkantolo imlalele, kodwa ke inkantolo ayikwenzanga lokho ngokuthi ingalandeli lokhu yena ke uadvocate ebezama ukuthi ke inkantolo noma azama ukuthi ayikhulumise ngakho. Futhi ke okunye akukhulumile yena ke ukuthi indlela ekufanele ukuthi abantu abasebenza inkantolo bayiphathe ngakhona noma benze ngakhona ke, kodwa ke yona inkantolo yabe sibona ke ukuthi emuva kokuthi inkantolo imtshelileke ukuthi uadvocate Tifo lokho akushoyo ayihambisani nako, kodwa yena ke bese nje ebuyela kulokho inkantolo ibisiqedile. Kodwa ngokwazi kwayo inkantolo akumele ukuthi kunjalo, uma ngabe inkantolo ithathe isinqumo kufanele ukuthi kundlulelwa ngaphambili ke. Okunye futhi akhulume ngako inhlonipho futhi ke, kodwa ke ngendlela inkantolo ebona ngayo ukuthi ke yena ke leyo nhlonipho leyo akayibuyiseli ke. Inkantolo yasho nokuthi ke nanjengoba ihlezi khona kule ndawo ehlezi kuyona ke nayo ke ayisho ukuthi akangeke angawenzi amaphutha, kodwa ke kunendlela ke ngokomthetho ekufanele ukuthi izinto zichazwe noma zenziwa ngayo khona la enkantolo. Ngoba inkantolo ithe mase iqhubeka ke yathi uadvocate umshololo kukhona lokhu ebengidlulisa enkantolo, kwase kufika mase kufika isikhathi sakhe ke ukuthi yena ke uma inkantolo simnikeza ithuba uzokusho lokho akufanele akusho, angathathi isikhathi somunye umuntu noma isika advocate umshololo akushe ngakho. Futhi ke okunye inkantolo ekuchazile ke ukuthi uadvocate Tifo ushilo inkantolo ukuthi akenzi noma akalethi eyakhe imithetho ke, kodwa ke yathi inkantolo ke kodwa layo imithetho leyo kusafanele ukuthi ihambe encwadini yoyibheka ibone ukuthi khona na, ngoba ke imithetho yasenkantolo ibhaliwe phansi futhi kunendlela umuntu akufanele ukuthi enze ngayo uma ngabe esenkantolo. Futhi ke uletha izinto ke ezingakhange noma ezingazange zikhulunywe uyena uadvocate Baloyi kanye nayo uadvocate Mshololo, ngamanye amagama ke uletha izinto ezintsha ke inkantolo engazi ngazo. Yabe semtshela ke ukuthi uadvocate Mshololo akucelayo nje ucela isikhathi sokuthi ke ayilungiselele emuva kokuthi ke ethe wathola lelo dokodo elisha ebekade engalazi. Dokodo lolo ke umthoshisi achilo ukuthi nge-23 zika March 20 kuwona lo nyaka lona ke lathola uadvocate Tifo kuphela, kodwa bebabili abameli abakhona kuleli cala leli. Ngalokho ke inkantolo ke imiseleke ukuthi imnikeze isikhathi esanele yena ke uadvocate Mshololo ukuthi ayilungiselele. Kunye futhi ke inkantolo echazileke ebekhulunywa uyena uadvocate Tifo ukuthi eshilo ukuthi ke ungqongqosho ke ungqongqosho akazange asayina, kodwa kwaba uyena uadvocate Shamila Batoyi owasayina. Uma ngabe ke uyena ke owasayina, lokho kusho ukuthi ke wakwenza lokho kuyisonto ke, futhi lokho bese kushilo ngaphambilini ke inkantolo engakuzwisisanga ukuthi bingamzwisisi uadvocate Tifo uma ngabe esithi unumber 1 no number 2 babe ngaphandle nkathi beboshwa. Kusho ukuthi ke okufanele ukuthi kwenziwa inkantolo uma ngaba umuntu evela kufanele imphinde imdedele futhi noma ngaba izimo zona zithi kufanele agcinwe ngaphakathi estoksini. Kunye futhi ke akushilo ukuthi ke uyena uadvocate Baloyi uyilahlekisile lenkantolo ngokuthi ayitshela ukuthi umangalo lokuqala nowesibili ukuthi noma ke abagcinwe ngaphakathi estoksini. Inkantolo ke ibisiveza ke egcineni ke ukuthi lo daba lolu ke kofanele ke udingidwe ngendlela eyahlukile, yila isechaza khona ke ukuthi kuzofanele kutholwe usuku. Ngicabanga ukuthi leso ke isizathu esibangela sibe khona namhlanje noma ilanga ke la khona ke konke kuzobhalwa phansi, hayi ngendlela ekwenzeke ngakhona izolo, kodwa konke kubhalwe phansi kubese ke kuyavunyelwana ke ukuthi kuzoziwa enkantolo, ibese inkantolo ibe yiyona ke ethatha isinqumo ukuthi inqubekela phambili iya ngakuphi na. Uma ke sesindlulela manje ekuqeda ukushiwa uyena ke uadvocate uTifo, uqale ke umshushisi wasukuma ke wayitshela inkantolo ukuthi ke asibanga khona ke isivumelwano mayelana nelanga icala elingahlehliselwa lona, wabe seshoko ukuthi uadvocate Tifo uyena ke ozothi bese lichaza ke lo daba enkantolo ukuthi isizathu yini. Uadvocate Tifo ke uphendulile ke washo ukuthi uzokhuluma kanye ngalo dokotela lesibini elu375. Wavuma ke futhi nokuthi nge-23 zika March kuwona lo nyaka wayekhona ehhovisi lakhe uadvocate Baloyi, wavuma futhi ukuthi walithola futhi ke babe kanye naye uKenneth Buthelezi esho nokuthi futhi kwaku warrant officer Makhubo uyena ke owavula ke lelo dokodo elu375 ngokumayelana nesehlakalo esenzeka kwa13511 eKutlwanong Street. Washo futhi ukuthi leli idokodo eliphambi kwenkantolo manje u636 lona ke lavula uyena uConstable T Mathebula owayepolice station yaseFosloras nge-26 zika October 2014. Idokodo lona u636 lavulelwa esibhedlele eButilong emuva kokuthi uMathebula kanye nozakwabo bahamba ke noma ke babe amaphoyisa oqala ukufika kwindawo yesehlakalo, babe sebetshelwa ke ukuthi ukhona ke owadutshulwa futhi usethathiwe ke wahanjiswa ngemoto yakhe bamhambisa khona esibhedlele, futhi imoto leyo yakhe yayishayelwa uyena uNonhlanhla Kelly Khumalo. Babe sebehamba ke uma befika ke esibhedlele bamthatha bamusa kwigumbi noma ke kwiward la wayeleli khona ke ila abathola khona ke ukuthi useshonile futhi ushone ngokuthi adutshule. Futhi ke ngokwezimo ezenzeka ke ku636 nongendlela ke awavulwa ngayo u636 uyena ke warrant officer Makhubo wamaHawks uyena ke owumangalo noma owavula lelo dokotela. Warrant officer Makhuba yena ke angaza azochazela lenkantolo ngalo idokodo elu37501 2019 uma ngabe isidingo sikhona. uKenneth Buthelezi kanye naye uwarrant officer Makhubo bazobabiza ke bebizwa uyena ummangalelo wokuqala, number 2, number 3 no number 4 ukuthi bazoba ofakazi babo ngokumayelana nalelo dokodo elu375 ka2019. Okunye okusha ke akushilo noma athi osanda ukuthola ke ukuthi lecala liphambi kwenkantolo manje selinabaseshi abasha ubrigadier noma uKenneth Gininda, futhi ke likhona nethimba asebenzisana nalo, futhi ke unezitatimende ezimbili ezifungelwe ama-affidavits awabhalile mayela nophenyo lakhe ngaleli cala.
Yes.
Thank you, Lordship. As I said, I can confirm, Your Lordship, that on the 23rd of March 2022, I was at the office of Advocate George Baloyi, the state, together with Warrant Officer Makhubo, as well as Lieutenant Kenneth Buthelezi, whereby the arrangement was made that when I receive the disclosure of 375, we should meet at the office of Advocate Baloyi. And Makhubo and Buthelezi, they complied with the request that I've made. That's where the docket 375 was handed to me on the 23rd of March 2022. Interpreter?
No, go on. He will.
I should continue?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So I got the docket on that day, Your Lordship. It was even, Advocate Baloyi, because I liaised with him and I indicated to him, it was after the 17th of March this year, during the disclosure of the dockets when we were taking over as the defense of 1 to 4. It was before your brother, Your Lordship, Justice Baum, when the disclosure was made. And the same day, I also pleaded that I'm not only here for 636 disclosure, I'm also here for 375. And the Honorable Justice Baum asked Advocate Baloyi to comment about 375 because it was not docket which was given to the adjudicators of legal aid. By that time, Your Lordship, when we take over on the 17th, we took over from the adjudicators of legal aid. Every accused that we are representing now, accused 1 was allocated his judicare, 2 his judicare until accused 4. And as for accused 5, she has been with Advocate Musololo since 2020. Then arrangement was made, Your Lordship, on the 17th of March, as per request of your brother, Justice Baum, that you made it categorically clear to Advocate Baloyi that there is now a new defense counsel, or totally the new defense, the private defense for 1 to 4. So the trial was going to commence on the 11th of April, same year. And for the purpose of a trial to commence without the hiccups, Judge Baum made it clear to Advocate Baloyi that let the defense get everything that they may need. And Baloyi promised to cooperate with the defense of 1 to 4 on that day. We were in court GA, Your Lordship, by that time. And then further, there was a ruling from Judge Baum that as a new defense, we should make indication regarding our readiness. And there must be a confirmation in writing on or before the 28th of March that we are ready to proceed on the 11th of April. It was the reason, Your Lordship, that I was always time and again on the neck of the state in order to get docket 375. It was when on the 23rd of March, as per arrangement done by Advocate Baloyi, that Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubu, they should come to their office, to his office, where he will be meeting me to give me the disclosure of 375. Indeed, it happened, and I got it. And before then, I've been told that Advocate Baloyi was in possession of 375 as early as January 2020. As a prosecutor. So he was in possession of both dockets, 636 and 375. It was only after Advocate Baloyi prosecuted 5 accused on 636 and leave 375 as it was. And 636, it was prosecuted on the basis of the persuasion and information by Brigadier Kininda, who was the new investigating officer in the 636.
Can I get clarity? Did he stand instructed by the DPP to pursue both? Because I would understand that some instruction would come from the DPP for Advocate Baloyi in his capacity as a prosecutor to pursue prosecution on given cases.
Yeah.
So are you saying that he was instructed to conduct prosecution on 2 dockets, which happened to be about one and the same incident, and he chose 375? Is that what you are saying?
Okay. Thank you for that, Lordship. Let me make it clarity. Yeah. Firstly, let me bring this to the attention of the Honorable Court, that myself, I was appointed as a watching brief before I became the defense of 1 to 4. I became the watching brief I was appointed by the brother of the deceased, Meyiwa. That was it was in September, if I'm not mistaken, September, if not August of 2020 years. So I became that watching brief on 375/01/2019. That was opened by, whereby the investigating officer was Makubo and Buthelezi.
Yeah.
Hence,
I'm patiently waiting for the answer to the question I put.
Okay, yes. The reason I'm addressing this is that I can come to that answer, to give to respond to that. Initially, by the time I became the watching brief, and I started to, I was informed, I was introduced by Sifiso to the NPA. I was introduced to the police as well. Then, by that time, 375 was assigned to Advocate Vincent Nzuke. Actually, all of them, all the dockets, were with Advocate Nzuki. Is the person mentioned on paragraph 3 on the 2 letters as a junior state advocate? Here, Mr. Chauke has just been disingenuous. Vincent Nzuke is not a junior state advocate, he's a senior. He's at the High Court. So,
Are you going to come to the answer to my question?
isn't the question was that were the 2 dockets allocated to Advocate Baloyi for decision? Is that the
No,
question?
no.
Maybe I be reminded.
The question is, are you saying to me that the DPP instructed prosecution to happen on both docket number 1 and docket number 2?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Only.
That's the answer I needed all this time.
Okay. Yes, okay. Actually, as per my instruction as the watching brief, the instruction of the family I was representing, the Meyiwa family, and I'm still representing that family on 375.
Before you continue, you said no. On which one, according to your knowledge, on which one was instruction to prosecute issued?
On 375.
Yes.
Yes, it is. On 375, and then the instructions or the directive were given to Advocate Vincent Nzuki.
Yes.
And then, for the reasons unknown, it was on the 26th of October 2020, where there was a press conference of the Minister of Police and the senior management of South African Police Service. That will be the former National Commissioner, Ketla Sithole, and his deputy, by then the late Lieutenant General Mfazi, where it was made known to the whole nation that there is a breakthrough on the murder of the late Senzo Robert Meyiwa, whereby 5 accused have been arrested. Suspects have been arrested because they were suspect by then on the 26th because they haven't appeared before the court. And furthermore, the Minister of Police went further to say, we South African Police Service, we've got a watertight case against the 5 accused. And then that's when, Your Lordship, on the 27th of October 2020, the accused before this court appear in Boksburg, whereby the prosecutor became Advocate Baloyi. And to
Can you give me clarity? I'm asking this question because I think the other day you were starting to tell me that you were in the police force and I stopped you.
Yes, I
Now
remember.
I find myself having to tell you that I was once
The previous
prosecutor-
life.
That I was once a prosecutor, and dockets get allocated. In my situation, whoever was the senior or the control prosecutor would give me a docket, and if it has not started at any stage before it starts, it could be taken away from me and given to somebody who would be seen to have space to deal with the docket on a speedier basis as compared to me. Now, you are mentioning the change of prosecutors from Advocate Nzoki to Advocate
Baloyi.
Advocate Baloyi. I just want to know the sense you are conveying. Are you saying that that should not have happened, or are you just relating it as part of the history of this case?
Yeah, actually, thank you, Lordship. Actually, that took the investigating officer of 375 by surprise. It took me by surprise as the watching brief. It took them, Senzo, the Meyiwa family as a surprise that the arrested 5 people were based on 636, and it was on Baloyi by that time.
Are you saying that should not have happened?
That should not have happened.
And why? Why do you argue that it should not have happened?
It should not have happened because that did not happen in a good spirit, as your Lordship may say, the example that you gave me. And then I also want to bring this court up to speed in relation to this scenario is not usual, your Lordship, whereby there will be the 2 dockets. Actually, during the time when 375 was with the Advocate Nzuki, all these dockets were together with Advocate Nzuki, and he made this decision in terms of Exhibit C on the basis of him having read docket 636 combined or in conjunction with 375. That's when this so-called draft, according to Advocate Baloyi, which is the Exhibit C, came into existence. And as on top of it, Exhibit C, it says, inquiries v. Nzuki. I did, in my capacity as a watching brief, speak to Advocate Nzuki, a very dedicated public servant, a committed prosecutor.
Okay, let's not lay out the CV of Advocate Nzuki. Go to the point.
Okay. No, I'm just saying this, that's my realization
I
about
can
it.
see you are impressed with him, but
Very much.
yeah, please contain yourself.
Okay, sir. Okay. Your Lordship, I'm advised that it's about the tea time, so may it be the opportune moment?
11 minutes before tea.
Okay. All right.
Instructing attorney may be thirsty for tea, but let's proceed.
Okay, so, sorry to interrupt, my lord. I just wanted to give some instruction, hence I wanted to adjourn.
Yeah, so
this
be
one.
honest.
Yes.
Don't cite,
Please,
don't cite tea that there isn't.
The reason being why I wanted to instruct him is to summarize issues.
I appreciate that, but let us be truthful in
Unfortunately, my watch says 11 because I always put it up front 10 minutes. I realized
It says-
now it's 5:11. Hence, I was
tea
using my
time.
watch.
Tea time is 11:15. Advocate Michelle or Advocate Valoy, they need a short adjournment which will go into tea time so that there be instructions by the attorney.
I have no objection, my lord.